Hey everyone, my name is Greg, and today I want to talk to you about backhand shots. For the longest time, I just couldn't trust my backhand. It was basically a 50-50 chance on whether it would land on the other side of the table or go flying off into space. I've incorporated 3 or 4 different things into my practice for my backhand, and it's gotten me much better results, and now I'm starting to trust it almost on the same level as my forehand. So I want to go through those with you today and see if I can get you the same results. Let's get started. So really quickly, let's first talk about position. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your feet are mostly parallel to each other. If it's more comfortable to have one foot slightly in front of the other, that's okay. Just be careful because you want your chest to be mainly facing forward towards the ball. Next, you want to have a slight bend in your knees. And then also, you want your chest to be a slight lean forward. So now that we know the position we want to be in, we're going to want to try and get the ball to be traveling as closely towards the center of the body as we can. So you're going to have to use your footwork to get into position. So work on your footwork so you can get this set up well. You want it close to the center of your body since this is going to be our hitting zone, sweet spot for doing the backhand stroke. Along with trying to get the ball towards the center of your body, we're also going to want to wait for the ball to come close to our body. If we don't wait for the ball and you end up reaching, all of the energy you had saved up from flicking your wrist and moving your forearm will be expended by the time you hit the ball. If you wait too long and the ball is close to your body, you're going to be at the very beginning of your energy that you're exerting from your shot, and you're not going to be able to get as much as you would if you were connecting near the middle of your stroke. So really try to connect in the middle right after you've gone through and you're flicking your wrist and getting this whole motion down. Okay, so this next tip is kind of the most important one. All of the other steps I've talked about, this one has changed my backhand the most, and everything else is kind of supporting steps to make this one thing work correctly. This thing is called pivoting from your elbow. So I was told to imagine this like a windshield wiper motion. You'll want to move your elbow a little bit farther out from your body to create some space. And this might feel awkward at first, but it's kind of nice to over-exaggerate it so that you're reminded when playing that you're actually doing the motion. Eventually, you might settle into a more comfortable position that it doesn't feel so awkward. But do that for now, and then you're going to be moving your arm like a windshield wiper. What this allows you to do on the ball is something I like to call brush and guidance. So if you imagine we have a ball coming towards us, bounces, in position, you can brush up the ball to generate your spin and then guide the ball where you want it to go by kind of pointing your racket in the direction that you want it to go. So if I want to go down the line, the ball comes in, I can brush, get my top spin, and then point in the direction I want it to go down the line. I love this. It completely changed my backhand, and when you land it, it just feels right, and you have so much control over your backhand now. So really quick, let's talk about your racket angle when contacting the ball. From what I've learned and what I've experienced, keeping an open racket angle is a very consistent way to play this shot. This is great because as your racket angle is open, it's going to give you really good brush on the back of the ball so that you have your own spin on the ball and then can guide it across. One piece of advice I'd like to give players when learning any new shot really is to try to build a racket that slows down your speed a little bit. The extra dwell time you get from the ball and the feel you have, it really makes a difference when learning correct technique on new shots. And doing this would be something like buying, instead of max thickness rubbers, maybe buy 2.0 rubbers. And instead of pairing it with an offensive blade, maybe pair it with an all-round blade. Doing this for a few months even, and then switching back to a faster racket, you'll really notice that you have the technique down better, and it's kind of that learning period for getting the new shots down. We made it. We learned the shot. Now how are we going to practice it? One way I would suggest is just feeding topspin balls to your backhand. Should be able to practice the whole motion, brushing, guiding, brushing, guiding. Next, I would feed backspin balls to your backhand. These are going to be a little bit different of a feel. You might feel you have to do more brushing to counteract the spin on the ball, and then you'll still be guiding it across. The third way to practice is to do either topspin or backspin balls to the left side of the table, then the right side, alternating back and forth. This is going to let you work on your footwork and setting up for the shot. So you'll be setting up, brush, guide, hit, move over, set up, brush, guide, back and forth. And then the fourth drill is, well, go to your club and play. And of course, if something feels off and not quite right, grab a camera and film yourself, and you'll quickly see where you need to make an adjustment to get the shot better. If you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Now go practice. Later.